So you're thinking about checking out Greedfall 2's early access, huh? Well, we've been digging deep into previews, reviews, even sneaking a peek at how the game's being made, and honestly, it's a real mixed bag, like really
You,
mixed.
you know, it's this whole early access thing that's got me interested. It's like they're building a ship while they're sailing it, right? Developers get feedback as they go, make changes along the way. But it makes you wonder, are we the players just paying to be beta testers?
Yeah.
It's a thin line, for sure.
No kidding. And with Greedfall 2, that line is extra blurry. Okay, so get this. In this one, you're not some colonizer. You're a native Tier Fradee islander who gets taken to the old world. Talk about a perspective shift.
It's a pretty cool twist on the first game. Completely flips the script. You're on the other side now, seeing everything through the eyes of the colonized. Could be really interesting story-wise, but they've got to handle it carefully.
For sure, they're walking a tightrope with this one, especially with how games have portrayed indigenous cultures in the past.
Yeah,
Let's just say there's room for improvement.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Could be interesting to see how they navigate all that. And it's not like they're just giving the first game a fresh coat of paint either. They're bringing in some pretty big gameplay changes too.
Oh, yeah. The combat system sounds like a total revamp. We're talking full-on tactical combat now. Think like XCOM or Divinity, Original Sin, positioning, flanking, the whole shebang. It's all about strategy.
Yeah, they've added this tactical view where you can pause everything, look at the battlefield from above, and plan out your companion's moves. On paper, sounds awesome. Huge step up from the first game's combat.
Okay, but here's where things get a little, well, a little dicey. Because while the idea of tactical combat is cool, the actual, how it plays,
Yeah.
that's where the mixed bag part really comes in. It's like everyone's saying the same thing, clunky. That's the word that keeps popping up.
Yeah, no, it's true. People who liked how the combat felt in the first game, how fluid it was,
Yeah,
they might not like this new system so much.
right.
It's like, imagine you're trying to time a perfect dodge,
Yeah.
right? But your character just gets stuck,
Mm-hmm.
frozen in place. Not exactly what you want when you're trying to get immersed in the game.
And it's not just the combat either, from what I'm hearing. It's like that clunkiness kind of seeps into everything else, too. Remember that combo system in Dragon's Dogma 2? So satisfying.
Oh, yeah?
Greedfall 2 tries to do something similar, but the timing is just off. It's like, instead of being fun, it's just annoying.
Exactly. It's like
Yeah.
they have all the pieces there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the stuff that makes a good RPG,
Mhm.
like different dialogue options that actually change things, a crafting system, different ways to finish quests.
Right, right.
But it just doesn't come together smoothly.
Yeah.
Like they tried to cram in too much stuff and now it's all
Yeah.
jammed up.
Yeah, yeah. Like trying to fit 10 pounds potatoes in a 5-pound sack.
There you go. Speaking of things not fitting,
Yeah.
can we talk about the bugs? Because, wow, there are a lot.
Oh, boy. Are there ever?
Now, to be fair, bugs in early access, totally normal.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Part of the process, right.
Exactly.
But some of these are straight up hilarious. One reviewer said they got to a new city and their character was completely bald. Like, not a single hair on their head.
Oh, yeah, the bald protagonist bug?
Yeah.
That's a classic. I gotta admit, I laughed when I saw that one.
Right. It's like, dude, the fate of the world's at stake and you're worried about your receding hairline.
Priorities, right.
But all joking aside, these bugs, as funny as they can be, they make you wonder about something a little more serious. It's almost like they bit off more than they could chew, Maybe they should have just focused on making what they already had really good instead of adding a million new things.
Yeah, too much of a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because if you could look past the bugs and the clunky stuff, there's a really good story in there somewhere.
Mhm.
Or at least the potential for one.
Oh, totally. That whole thing about seeing things from the perspective of the colonized, that's such a cool idea. Like, it could really make you think about some important stuff, cultural identity, how we view history, all that.
Definitely.
But,
And it's a big but, from what I'm seeing in the reviews, the story's not quite there yet. Some people are saying the writing's kind of bland, the characters aren't that memorable.
so like one of those meals that looks amazing on the plate, but then you take a bite and it's just,
Exactly. So it all comes down to this. Is Greedfall 2 worth your time and money right now?
That is the million-crown question, isn't it? I mean, if you're a huge Greedfall fan, like you loved the first one and you've been dying to get back into that world, maybe early access is for you. You'd get to be a part of making the game better, give your feedback, maybe even influence where it goes next.
Exactly. It's like you're part of this big team project, bugs and all.
But for everyone else, the people who are kind of on the fence or maybe haven't even played the first Greedfall,
I'd say hold off for now. Give the developers time to work out the kinks, get rid of those bugs, and really let that story shine through.
Because it might just be a diamond in the rough, right?
Right. Sometimes the best things in life are worth waiting for.
Well said. So while we wait for Greedfall 2 to become the best it can be, it does make you think. Is this early access thing always the best way to go? Is it really about working together with players, or is it just a way for studios to save some money and have players test their game for them? Something to think about, right?
Definitely. Maybe something for our listeners to discuss and debate.
For sure, because that's what the deep dive is all about, getting those brain juices flowing, sparking some good conversation. And on that note, we're going to wrap things up for this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and may all your games be bug-free.